Welcome back to The Best Years. You've just heard some of the beautiful singing of Bobby Balack, who for years built a successful business importing and selling fine ceramic tile. But all along, Bobby knew that wasn't what he really wanted to do. His true passions were acting, singing, and entertaining. Now, as one of the area's most popular performers, Bobby Balack is truly living his dream. Welcome to The Best Years, Bobby.
Thank you.
I understand you actually attended Ocean County College way back in the 60s, was it?
Yes, in '67, I was a student here, but I kind of majored in singing with the band, along with some other very famous and popular singers of today.
Namely?
Bruce Springsteen.
And you knew Bruce?
Oh, I knew him very well. Southside Johnny, who we were all from Neptune, and everybody kind of was in a band at that time.
And you did some recording as well?
Yes. After OCC, I went to Florida Atlantic. When I got back, someone had heard me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing a record, and I was signed to Roulette Records, where I had 2 singles. And it was a lot of fun. We traveled and traveled with the band, and but nothing really happened.
But what kind of music were you singing at the time?
At the time it was R&B. That's why, God bless him, I didn't understand Bruce. You know, he was doing something a little bit
He was going in a different
mark.
direction.
Yes, and I was more conventional R&B, and that's what we were doing.
And you performed locally in the area?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All the college dances and clubs in Asbury, things like that.
But then at some point you decided you had to get a real job.
I didn't decide that. My father did.
I
He
see.
said, that's enough nonsense. You're coming in the family business.
And that was?
The tile place. There's one in Bricktown, one in Ocean Township, and one in Old Bridge.
How did you feel about that, leaving singing behind for a
Well,
time?
I never really left it. It was always a part of what I was doing, but then it took second precedent after being in the business. And I really enjoyed the business. And I developed importing as my priority and spent years and years, a good 20 years overseas, importing and designing ceramic tile, and developed my own line of tile, took it national, and it was quite successful.
But in your heart, you always wanted to be an entertainer,
Always,
right?
always.
So how did you get back into it?
Well, the business took a downward turn. I kept the real estate, and in 2002, I was asked by someone to be in a little movie. And the movie was to teach young people technology, the how to work the cameras and all this production stuff. And I volunteered my time, and I had a blast. It was a 2-week production, and I had a blast. I said, you know, I think I'm going to pursue this. So I got an acting coach, worked with her for about 2-3 years, and I got one film after another, and I was enjoying it. I was having a good time with it. And one day, an agent from New York called me and said, Bob, we have a role in a movie. Pays a few $100, but we needed a singer. Can you sing? I said, oh my gosh, you know, it's been 40,
music to your ears.
But it's been 40 years. I hadn't sang a note, you know. So I called a buddy of mine as a recording studio. I said, John, do you have any tapes, anything, karaoke, something I could submit? And he had a couple of Sinatra songs. I went in there, sang them, mediocre at best. But I said, this is my passion, so I got a vocal coach and worked with him for about a year, cut a CD for presentation purposes, not for sale. And I've been busy ever since.
So where do you perform around the area here? And you do quite a bit now.
Yes. Currently, I'm at Ashes in Red Bank, Friday and Saturday evenings. I've been also at Fratello's in Seagirt. Uva in Bradley, the Mill, This week, last week I did Monmouth Mall. They had a promotional thing for the American Cancer Society.
But what do you like about entertaining? How do you feel when you're out there performing?
I love it. I love it. It's not the money. It's seeing people smile. It's bringing back the classics. It's singing standards that people in my demographic, age group, really enjoy and appreciate. I love it.
So what do you want to say to our viewers who have a dream that they've put on hold for years? What do you want to say about whether it's too late to pick up where you are and get going?
It's never too late. Two things you need to be successful and get that feeling of accomplishment is a passion for it and perseverance. That's all you need. I don't care whether it's art, whether it's gardening, whether it's cooking, or whether it's entertaining.
And I'm sure it helps keep you young.
Oh, absolutely. It gives me a chance to get dressed.
You told me when we spoke on the phone you like wearing the tuxedo.
It's the best part of the evening. Many times I get dressed and I look at the mirror and I say to my wife, "What do you think?" She says, "You don't want to work. You just want to get dressed."
Tux makes a man look good.
Absolutely.
Just what are a couple of your very favorite songs?
My favorite is Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin. Mac the Knife. I love Bobby Darin's stuff. He was just so fantastic. All the arrangements that I have are not just standard karaoke stuff. They're custom arrangements. They're things that we've either done in the studio or there's a company in London that I get my tracks from, and all of that gives a fresh approach to these standards.
Well, I'm glad to hear you've rekindled with your passion, reconnected with your passion. Bobby, it's been a pleasure to have you on The Best Years today. Thanks for being here.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Now, many of Bobby's songs and a performance schedule are available on his website, BobbyBalick.com. Not sure what to do with the family during the day on New Year's Eve? On Wednesday, December 31st, starting at 11 a.m., bring them out to First Night Ocean County in Seaside Heights. Enjoy a day filled with music, jugglers, magicians, carousel rides, face painting, and much more. It all takes place at participating arcades along the boardwalk. In the evening, there will be a spectacular fireworks display. Tickets are on sale at the County Connection in the Ocean County Mall. For a listing of other events during the holidays, visit the Ocean County website at oceancountygov.com. Up next, there's more music and holiday cheer. Stay with us.